So back in college I bought Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, and I was gaming on a MacBook at the time, which meant I really struggled with it. I put it down for a few years and didn't really come back to it until I had my PC. And then when Elden Ring was coming out and I felt like I couldn't afford it, I thought I'll give Dark Souls another shot. So I looked up a couple guides and I had a much easier time with it. The problem I was having was that I wanted the ability to read the marks on the ground and the bloodstains that other players had left. So although I got kind of far, I didn't end up beating the Capra Demon, which is where I got stuck on Prepare to Die. But I ended up buying the remaster for that ability to have the online play, and I think it was a good decision because I ended up having a much easier time of it. But I thought since I'm going to be restarting the game, I'll just record it and have that to share in some kind of video. So I didn't start recording until after the beginning of the game, so you won't see that much footage from the beginning, but I did start recording before the first real boss, so there is footage to upload for that. So, here's my run catching back up to where I left off in Prepare to Die Edition. It's gonna be a couple clips before I'm caught back up, and then I'll do more traditional trick playthroughs. I hope you enjoy. So yeah, I started off just before the first boss. I learned the movements of everything in here really well in Prepare to Die Edition, so it was really not hard to figure out what I was doing and just get used to it and blow through it really quick. I still played kind of cautious because dying is still annoying in this game. So yeah. I also learned that parrying and dodging is not as useful as just simply walking out of the way. At least sometimes. A lot of this game is also just waiting for the NPC characters to... a lot of this game is waiting for the enemies to make their move and attack so that you can respond. So you have to find ways to enjoy yourself while you're doing that waiting. I remember my first time through, I went through there and I jumped down in that little part and I got stuck. So over here is the Taurus Demon. As you can see there, I did die to it once before. It was a stupid death, so I just cut it out. I think I actually just went for him that time and ended up dying. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to play it the safe route. What I think is most annoying about this boss fight is that it is in a really closed corner, so while you're trying to lure him away and reposition yourself up the ladder, you're just really kind of stuck. And if you go for an attack between his legs like that, you're likely to just get smashed. The other thing that sucks is that sometimes he can hit you while you're climbing up the ladder, which luckily didn't happen to me. I was finding that a lot of times during this part where I was catching up to where I left off on Prepare to Die, a lot of the mistakes I made were just stupid things, or they came from rushing. So instead of waiting for him to move and then reacting, I was really just trying to run past him, and that definitely took a toll. So the more you play Dark Souls, the more you learn that it's a pretty slow-paced game compared to a lot of things that we're used to in modern games. I think a lot of the FromSoft games are like that, having played a few now. Not all the way through, but just having tried them out. And I think it's nice to just take your time, go through. It's a nice change of pace from other games. When I first played this and prepared to die, I was watching a playthrough at the same time, and I remembered that you had to go up here during the boss fight, but I forgot to clear out the guys, and that made it so much more difficult. And you can see me acting stupid and trying to see the scenery. So it's kind of cool in this game is you can kind of see where you're going to go or where you've been. So second retrieval. I wasn't sure how to edit these clips because I thought it might be fun to just show the full boss fights as they happened, but then I end up with not much to say during them. So yeah, that's that closed space going off again. Just really annoying. Another thing about taking it slow is that I've used two games where you can kind of not dodge infinitely, but you can dodge a lot more than you can in this game, whereas your stamina runs out very fast in this game. So it's all about timing that. Even though this fight started off kind of sloppy, this time it went a lot cleaner after that initial getting stuck between his legs. I got a little nervous doing this because I have died trying to whack at him before, but I was pretty confident using the axe for damage, so it ended up working out. And it kind of felt really good to be able to do that so quickly. I remember the first time I did this game, it took a lot of tries to be able to clear that out. So the game is pretty straightforward at the beginning. You don't really have a lot of different ways to go or choose from. And I think that's what's been holding me up recently, is that there's a couple different ways to go, and they all kind of seem a little bit difficult. So I tend to put off playing because I'm not really sure where I want to go, and then I don't want to go somewhere that I'm not high enough for and fail. Like this, I remember going down that way, but I couldn't remember what order to do it in from Prepare to Die. But here's Solaire. Everyone's favorite. So I'm just gonna let him play out.
I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
After you meet Solaire, you have a lot of shooting to do if you want this weapon. I'm kind of glad that I found walkthroughs telling me how to do that, because this weapon actually ended up, I think, just kind of carrying me through most of the game at this point. But it does take a while to get. And it's tempting to buy the crossbow, and then you realize you can't aim. The other worst part of this section is these rats, because if you get caught in the wrong area, you end up getting poisoned. That was a lot of my deaths when I first started this stupid game. I kind of just try and avoid rats now that when I see them, because it's really annoying. I've heard people farming humanity over here, but I find that I haven't gotten a lot of drops from it. I might try that at some point. I don't know. My first time through, I struggled a lot in Undead Parish. I'm not really sure why, because the layout isn't that bad and the areas aren't too enclosed. But I think I just let myself get overwhelmed by a lot of mobs and it got really, really stressful. And it does get annoying if you can't hit your attacks. So I also cheated. Maybe not cheated, but I watched a video on how to do this boar. And maybe I should have just let myself struggle through it. I'm not sure. But this was super easy, and the game does give you the tools to do it, so I don't really feel that bad about it. It's just probably not something I would have figured out on my own. And I have that thought a lot about this game. It's like maybe I should just play through it blind and enjoy it, but on the other hand, when I tried that the first time, I really didn't enjoy the game. And I think a lot of people are elitist about how you play these games, but a lot have the opinion that, you know, however you can enjoy the game is a good way to play. So I've been trying my best to just, when I get stuck, look for help for it. I don't think he dropped the hat. I know he did the first time I beat him, back in Prepare to Die. But the hat was also super heavy, I think, if I remember right. I definitely did not want fat rolls in this run. Even though it looks cool. This guy also, every time I come up on him, I just struggle. And he's one, like, super easy guy to beat, but the location sucks. So I left this clicked in just because it's just a good illustration of me having a stupid time in this game. Like I said, I haven't been struggling too much since I got the remaster, but moments like this happen and then I get super frustrated because it's like, I just want to hit the guy. And you have to be patient and wait. From here I was just heading up towards the gargoyles. I did make a stop at the blacksmith to upgrade gear, and then I stopped to talk to our onion friend.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
I didn't want these to run too long, so I will stop it there. My next part will be the gargoyles fight, which was super easy this time around, and I was really excited for. So far, it's still my favorite fight in the game. But yeah, thank you for watching this little strange playthrough montage, and I hope you watch the next one.